Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bookish Artist Mandy, and I'm coming at you today with a little bit of a different video, and that's okay. So my son is trying to make stickers on the iPad. That's just a little bit of background, and I want one, to have this video for him to reference, and for two, I thought if other people have an iPad, Procreate, and an Apple Pencil, they can do this as well, and somebody might find this beneficial. So I have my iPad mini. I also have an iPad Pro, but my iPad mini is just smaller, and so it's easier for me to work on in the moment. So I'm going to zoom in here, and we are going to start. So I like to sketch with my fountain pens, with everything. So what I like to do, so I like to go into Actions, Add, Insert a Photo, and I'm going to go through here and I'm going to find one of my sketches. So I take pictures of my sketches, and my son, I've taught him to do this, so he knows how to do this part. So Henry, I hope that this is going to help you in the sticker process, because what we were finding is he was getting very frustrated. So he actually asked me for a sticker of this chunky crocodile here. So I added that in. So this is, if I can zoom out, this is on its own layer, and the background layer. I always like to change the background color. So I am going to just randomly select a color. Let's do this green, because I'm digging this green lately. So here are my layers. I will take this layer. Okay. Remember, Henry, we talked about opacity, and the opacity is how transparent or not transparent. I always take the transparency down to about 30%. It just depends on what you can see. And as you can see now, you can see it a little less, and it's transparent. So then I will take this pointer and I will move it around and make it the size I want it. For the sake of this video and to show the qualities, I'm not. I'll zoom in, because I want this to be, so this is about this canvas is about an A5. So when I'm looking at this, thinking I want this like right up here, so he needs to be about this. So I resize things all the time, and I'm going to move him back around. Okay. That is stuff you don't necessarily need, but I take my sketches in, my physical sketches, into Procreate, and then now I'm going to zoom in. Now this is where you get to decide what you want. So I'm going to go new layer. Okay, Henry, remember, this is the sketch, and we want to make a line art. So now I'm going to go into my Procreate library. We even have a Henry's favorite library, but I'm just going into Procreate library. And I really like this new brush. It's under pencils. It's called Pelion. And I'm going to pick black or close to black for my line layers. Okay. So now I'm just going to create my lines. And this is the line art. And I'm just going to, trace. And this is where I will refine things, and I'll look and make sure I like the way it looks and edit it. And if not, I will go through and redesign it. So there is that. So now I'm not going to sit here the whole time and do the lines with you on, because the whole point is to show you the steps of how I do my stickers. So there's the lines. I'll come back when all of the line art is done. Okay, so there is my line art of this, and I like my line art to look like a pencil or a colored pencil. It's all your choice. I believe Henry does a different kind of pencil. I can't remember, but he is young, 7, and he is learning this, and I see that I forgot that. Now, we don't need, at least for this little sticker, we don't need this anymore. So I go in here and I hide it. I never delete it, because I like to come back and, pull out, because there's a house here too. There's a house, there's this little cat here. There's something here. I might use it for another one. So I leave that there. Now we have our sticker on our background. What I like to do, and this is the part that is really hard. These are steps. Okay. So I keep asking him, what do we do next? We have our line art. We have a layer. So what I do is I go and click the layer underneath the line art and I add an extra layer. So there is an empty layer. Now I'm going to come up here to this button and freehand, and I'm going to trace all around this cute little guy. Basically, we are trying to get this crocodile's silhouette. And there's two reasons I do this. So one is, so if I wanted to take this file and do a Cricut file, print it out or cut it on my Cricut, I can do that. But there's also this, is I like to have like a cream color, and I am not seeing the cream color I like because my paper that I draw on generally is cream. So I take this, you grab this. Oh, whoop, that's not what I wanted. Okay, oops. All right. Well, see, we can see that I've already messed up. So grab that color that I want. That's the color I want. We're going to lasso this again. Now, this is the part that's tedious, and it's a lot of little steps. So making a sticker is a lot of little steps, at least for me. There are so many ways to do this, but this is how I like to do it. I have been doing this for many, many, many years. And I used to use Photoshop, so I'd have to do this on a separate tablet, like where it was like almost like a mouse, but it had a pencil. They're called Wacom tablets. And then they still make them, I think. But there, now it's back. I can take that and I can drop it in and fill it. Now, this is the part that I like to do. I call refining. And I make sure that my eraser brush is a marker. Let's see. No, not a marker. An ink. Probably ink. Yes. There is a good ink on the old stuff. I'm still getting used to these new ones. I think I use Swift. So, and then I just go and make this small and I clean it up where it's underneath the line art. I might need to make this a little bit bigger. I have brushes in the old Procreate. They've updated the brushes, and so I'm still getting used to that. And I can see, this is why I do the background a different color, because then you can see all these colors. And I like to do a darker color. And then I know that this is just a pencil, but I'll go in, and there was a spot here I saw. That's not. So now we have this layer of cream underneath. So now we've kind of got him like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to create another layer, because you want to keep this cream layer just cream. So you create another layer, but I want to be able to just freely scribble. And if I freely scribble right now, it's going to scribble everywhere. Okay, I'm going to undo that. What I want to do is only scribble into this. I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to scribble only in this one. So I'm going to go and I'm going to create a clipping mask. And now watch. If I scribble over here, nothing happens. But you can see if you look on there is something on that layer. So now I can hit undo so I don't have that. You don't have to because you have your clipping mask. And I'm going to make him, I think I'm going to make him like a brownish color. And now you can see I'm scribbling. And you just color him in. And so I'll show you. I just kind of like to scribble different ways because it kind of feels like when I color like this, it feels like I'm coloring with a colored pencil or a fountain pen. This is how I like to color with my fountain pens as well. The only difference is on Procreate, I can zoom in and zoom out, and I can't do that on a piece of paper. So, fun fact. Well, I mean, we all know this, but I really like to be able to zoom in and kind of change the way I'm going, color him in. And I do just a flat layer of colors. I don't like to shade, at least for this style. I just like it to look like I colored it with one colored pencil. Sometimes I'll go in with a different shade, I guess. I do sometimes. And like this I might go here and color it in a little bit, give it a little depth. But the idea is to keep it simple so pretty much anybody can do it. I mean, anybody can scribble. And then I think underneath his belly, I'm going to make it blue just because I can. This is a crocodile. We can do whatever we want because it's ours. And then I'm going to make his scales blue. But you can see I can just do because I have that clipping mask. And this is the part that my son was struggling with. So remember, buddy, clipping, like you do your clipping mask like this. And I think we'll do these, that dark green. So I do add some detail like this, like the, and go like that. So, and color it in. And then I like to leave his eyes that cream, but that's it. Then you have a sticker. Now, if I were to remove the clipping mask, you can see where all the scribbles are, but that clipping, and then I can scribble over here. But if I create the clipping mask, you're not going to see that, which makes it really nice to keep that in there. And then this is the part I didn't teach you, buddy, and I didn't teach him. So you're going to go in here and you're going to select all of your layers by doing this. All of those 3 layers, your line art, your coloring, and your base, and hit group. Now, if you have that group, you can click that and move him wherever you want him to be on your sticker sheet and create another sticker. So then you start all over. You go here and then you start the process over. New layer, your line art, or your line art. And then after you're done with your line art, you go back, you hide this layer, you click it, plus, and then you select around and you color it. And then you create another layer, and then you do your clipping mask and you color that. It's very simple, but my son is young, and so it can be hard. So it's hard for anyone, but that is how I draw or sketch and color stickers. Really simple, but also I've been doing this for a long time, so it feels really simple to me because it is so much simpler on Procreate than it was in Photoshop many years ago. But look at him. He's gonna be such a cute little sticker on a sticker sheet. So I'm gonna leave him and I will come back and fill that out and do more. So I hope you found this helpful. It's not my normal content. I usually do, fountain pen drawings and doodles and fountain pen inks, but it was something that my son was really struggling with, and I wanted to be able to help him. And he can always access this video. You can always access this video, especially if you have Procreate and you want to try something new, or whatever. I just thought it would be nice to have here. So I will be back with my normally scheduled content in the next video. And let me know if you want to see more of my Procreate content, because I'd be happy to make it. So like, comment, subscribe, all of the things. Have a great day. Bye.